The small town of Lumberton was braced for flooding on Saturday as the relentless rains from Hurricane Florence threatened to cause storm surges. The Lumber River had burst its banks and was rising as Florence sat over the area more than 24 hours after it first made landfall. There have been 8 storm-related deaths so far, and today President Trump issued a disaster declaration for parts of the state. In Lumberton, a small town which is still recovering in parts from Hurricane Matthew 2 years ago, many residents appeared to have heeded the dire warnings from authorities and had left town. Many homes were boarded up and surrounded by sandbags. The downtown streets were deserted and businesses were shuttered. A few had suffered damage to their awnings from the high winds, which had reached speeds of 100 miles per hour. At the Turner Estates trailer park, many of the units had taken on floodwater, and the New Point Baptist Church nearby was also submerged. At their home in downtown Lumberton, Keawana Parker, 27, and her children Nassiyah, 8, Keyazha, 9, and 2-year-old Kyrin had lost power and were beginning to barbecue all their refrigerator food. Their friend, Ellen Davis, 46, had escaped her home, which she believed would be flooded. Keawana told dailymail.com, "We're putting on some pork chops, chicken and hot dogs. Can't let the food go bad. We might as well use it. There's a whole lot more of us too. We've got 10 people in one house. I think we got past that wind, so we're good now." Ellen added, "I live in the Turner trailer park and came over here. We are just worried about the flooding now. We'll worry about our homes when the storm is gone." Hurricane Florence may have been downgraded to a tropical storm, but on Saturday afternoon it continued to unleash hell on the residents of North Carolina. More than 24 hours after it first made landfall in the state, the storm has moved to almost a standstill over the region, traveling as slowly as 2 miles per hour at one point. The slow progression of the weather system combined with the constant rain and storm surge has now resulted in relief efforts being delayed and families being told they cannot yet return to their homes in evacuated areas. There have been 8 deaths so far in the storm, and on Saturday morning President Trump issued a disaster declaration for parts of the state that will make the rebuilding process easier for residents in some counties. He is planning to visit the area next week. Ventusky Privacy Policy Florence's power was downgraded quickly as it neared land, but the 300-mile-wide storm's slow progress across the region could leave much of the area underwater in the coming days. Tens of thousands of people who were evacuated from their homes remain at shelters across the state after being asked to stay away from their homes. Cleanup needs to be done, and dangerous electrical wires have been downed in some parts of the state, most notably Wilmington. In total, 40 inches of rain could fall on some parts of North Carolina before the storm finally passes through the state. Winds have slowed drastically, but the catastrophic flooding has gotten no better, and the storm is moving at a glacial pace. A mother and baby were killed when a tree fell on their home in Wilmington. The child's injured father was hospitalized. A woman in Hampstead, North Carolina died from a heart attack after calling 911 when emergency crews were unable to reach her home due to downed trees blocking off the street. An unidentified person died while at a local high school that had been converted into a shelter in Brunswick County, North Carolina. That death is still under investigation. A 78-year-old man was electrocuted attempting to connect extension cords, while another man, 77, died when he was blown down by high winds while checking on his hunting dogs. Both of those deaths occurred in Kinston. There was also 2 deaths reported at Harker's Island, which were revealed to be a husband and wife murder-suicide. Officials in New Bern, which dates to the early 18th century, said more than 100 people were rescued from floods, and the downtown area was underwater by Friday afternoon.